What is going on, Deadites? We are back with an out of the theater reaction for the sixth installment of the Evil Dead franchise, Evil Dead Burn.
Did you just call the audience evil?
No, I call them Deadites.
What are deadites?
They're Deadites.
What are they?
They're so
You know who loves you.
yeah. But
Anyway.
no, we got to the theater last night, and man, the first thing off the bat, we walk in and there was no air conditioning.
The guy told us as we were getting ready to walk in the theater. We bought the tickets first. Bought the tickets, got the popcorn, pre-movie pee. We were ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
We walked up to the theater and the guy told us, he's like, hey, just so you guys know, they're working on the air conditioner, so it's a little hot in there. I thought, all right, it's a little hot. It'll be all right. You started walking up the ramp going into the theater, and it was kind of cool. And I thought, okay, that ain't bad. Well, you got to your seat.
Oh man!
I told Johnny, I think they did it on purpose, though.
For the name of the
The
movie,
movie is Evil Dead Burn.
and we was
burning
up.
Bacon.
Yes, we was burning up.
They smell like brownies.
But the bad part was is he didn't tell me. He told you and my brother.
Yeah.
And then me and my daughter went up after them, and he didn't even say anything to me and her about, oh hey, just to give you a heads up. So
the guy looked like Sideshow Bob.
he did.
He really did.
But
I was just jealous of his hair.
all right, so let's get into it. This is going to be a spoiler-free review.
It's gonna be so hard.
I know, but
So that's our review.
yeah. But I figure what we could do is kind of go with the positives and negatives at the end. So one of the positive things for me in this film is I like the fact that they tied in Evil Dead Rise.
Oh yeah.
I was really wondered if they were going to try to...
Twice.
Yeah, I wondered if they were really going to try and tie in any of the other films.
Yeah. Well, I like how they actually tied in the very beginning of Evil Dead when it came to the Circle of the Wise Men and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And what's the dagger's name?
The oh my god,
I keep wanting to say coup de grace. I know that's not.
No, but I cannot believe
I don't remember the dagger's name. Anyway, they tie in the dagger. They tie in some of the old recordings.
Yes,
They did a really good job of tying in everything before.
mm-hmm.
Not to mention, like you said, Evil Dead Rise, which they did it twice. I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be hard.
But I was really happy that they did show how Evil Dead Rise kind of goes with this film.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hadn't seen Evil Dead Rise, you'd have never known.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And one of the main things that I really liked about this film was they brought back some humor into the film.
Oh, yeah.
Which, yes, Evil Dead Rise had a little bit of that, but not as much. This one, they really played off, especially a character in there. Like I said, I'm not going to give any names or nothing because I want you guys and gals to have the experience we did, except with air conditioning.
You're right. Well, if I remember right, Evil Dead Rise, there was technically only 2 Deadites. Wasn't it? On Rise, it was the mom.
Yes.
And then it was another.
It was the daughter.
The daughter.
One of the daughters.
So there was only 2.
Yeah.
What I really liked about this one is not only did the Deadites have more of the humor that, that you would incorporate or that you would think about with a Deadite,
mm-hmm.
but it also had more Deadites.
Yes.
And it was... I gotta be careful. No spoilers. Anyway, they put a whole group of people together that were Deadites.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Now, as far as like the plot, and like, so we're talking about the positives right now. I did like the plot of the film, like, because I do feel like it was something we really hadn't seen when it dealt with a certain dynamic of the family. You always see, a group of friends or family getting along and the chaos starts happening, but this one, they kind of changed it up just a little bit. But my favorite thing of the entire film is the camera work. I thought the camera shots were really, really outstanding in this film.
There's one fight scene that happens that kind of throws you off. You
Mhm.
don't realize how good of a shot it is until the middle of the fight.
Yes.
And it was, whew, it was one of the best. It was my favorite camera shot of the whole movie.
Yeah, and it's um I feel like on this one the Deadites were more charismatic and more of the main stars than the actual victims,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying hard, guys. You know, if you've ever seen any other podcast where we say we do spoiler free, I'm usually one to give up a spoiler or two. I'm trying hard. I swear. I swear I'm trying hard.
I will say this, and this isn't a spoiler, but be sure to pay very close attention to the pictures on the wall.
Yeah. Particularly around the stairs.
Yes. So I thought that was pretty cool when they threw a little nod in there. I thought that was pretty sweet.
I think what I really like about this movie is it doesn't seem like you wouldn't think about it, but it really is a family movie. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Check it out.
Another positive for me is the acting.
Oh yeah.
I always feel like the Evil Dead franchise always picks the best acting for the final girls or final guys, whatever. But like the main character in this movie, Alice, I thought she did phenomenal.
She did a great
Like,
job.
yeah, she did. And man, her acting as far as being scared or when she's emotional as far as like just crying over what has happened in the film. I mean, you feel for her. Like
Yeah.
I like the fact that this is at least a character that you're like, come on, man, get up, go.
Yeah.
You know, you're actually rooting for.
Well, it's crazy because at the very beginning of it, you don't really get any background of the dynamic between her and a couple of the other characters. And then later on in the movie, you realize that what happened at the beginning was just part of the backstory between her and one of the guys.
Yeah.
And you really see what she had dealt with before.
Yes.
And it really comes out at the closer to the end of the movie.
Yes.
And you really see how strong, like, is that what made her strong?
right.
You know, or was she strong through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Because that was a big focal point of it closer to the end of the movie is what she had went through and how she was right now.
Mhm.
So it was really cool. You really didn't get to see a development in her character. It was almost like you seen her character unleashed
Yeah.
closer to the end.
Like it was building up inside of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So moving to, you can either say they're negatives or mixed review.
Critiques.
Yeah. My biggest thing about the film is they need to shave off about 20 minutes.
I can see that.
This film was pushing right at 2 hours, where I feel like this could easily been an hour and a half film.
Oh, it should have been.
Because there was scenes that drug out to me, and they had like 4 or 5 moments where you really think, okay, this is the end. And then it just continues and just continues. And sometimes that's not a bad thing. But like I said, I just feel like this movie should have been shaved about 20 minutes. And it'd probably rank higher for me if it would have, really.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy because it was a spot right before the end of the movie, probably about 5 or 10 minutes before, where you thought, okay, that's how it's going to end. It kind of leaves it open for the next one,
Mhm.
which we already know they're already filming Evil Dead Wrath.
Yes. Which is coming out in 2028.
Oh, man.
April 2028.
That sucks. I don't even want to do this no more. But yeah, you see how it looks like it's going to end,
Mhm.
like it's leaving it open for the next one, and then it goes a completely different direction. You're like, okay, how are they going to do that? No spoilers.
Yeah.
They do.
Another thing for me that I will say, it does to an extent feel like an Evil Dead film, but a lot of it doesn't. the particular like lighting they used for it almost reminded me of 30 Days of Night color, because it's so like the color is almost gone in a lot of scenes.
And we had a very cool feel to it. A lot of dark, like blues and dark colors.
Yeah,
Except
and
when they emphasized the Evil Dead burn part.
but like I just feel like you could tell, which isn't a real bad thing, because how many times are we going to rehash the same story about a group of people being in a house or a cabin or something like an apartment and the Deadites attack them? And how many more films can they make evolving around that?
Yeah.
But the Kandarian dagger.
Kandarian.
I just, yeah.
There you go. Ha strike that. Go back.
That's that ADD moment. But yeah, like I just kind of feel like the presentation as far as the lighting and stuff didn't really match the other Evil Dead films. But I mean, my biggest, and this is going to be hard to not spoil, so I'm going to try my hardest, but there's two endings. There's a mid-credit scene and then an after-credit scene.
Yeah.
Even though I liked them both, and after the last one got me psyched for Evil Dead Wrath.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then once I got home and really started thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, but how is that possible? And like I said, I can't go into more detail than that.
You went back and started thinking about another movie.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really work.
I was like, that doesn't match up. And anyway, but it was cool. But then again, it's one of those, okay, so where are they going with this?
Yeah.
So make sure if you see it in theaters, you stay after all the credits.
It's not really a spoiler because there's a lot of movies that do after. Marvel was like king of it, doing after credit cameos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just know there's two.
Right.
So stay until you see the real at the very end.
But yeah, like I said, as far as
I tell you, I was nervous going into it because we were getting ready to walk in the theater, and y'all know how I feel about Rotten Tomatoes. Johnny said, I'm really nervous because Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 98%. And I thought, no, I don't even want to watch it now.
Yeah, it was like a 92%.
I was so nervous. Because I'll say it again. The higher the Rotten Tomatoes score, the worse the movie. The worse the Rotten Tomatoes score, the better the movie.
Now, I will go on record and say this. I enjoyed the film.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to add it to my collection.
Obviously.
But this is probably my least favorite of all of the Evil Dead films. And that's not a bad thing because I feel like this franchise doesn't have a bad film in it.
Yeah.
But it's just, how do you prefer your Evil Dead films? Is like, the gore in this movie is out there. The practical effects is out there. I mean, it's a violent movie.
It's when you think about a trilogy, you like the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
But one of the movies is going to be your favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's going to be your second favorite. And the other one's going to be your third favorite. Not that it's a bad movie.
Right.
It's just how you rank them.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, I haven't seen the 2013 one.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that one. So the only ones that I've seen are the original trilogy and then Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably like Rise is still right there. Army of Darkness, obviously. But, of the most recent movie and the, I don't know, would you call it universe branch off, I guess. Rise is still in it. So right now, this one's number 2 until I watch 2013, which he told me 2013 is probably going to jump up to 1. So I haven't watched it.
And this one, and I'll tell you one more thing that I thought it did unique, and then again, it was different, but they didn't have the Necronomicon in this movie.
They didn't.
They didn't show a Necronomicon once. But you want to know who this grandfather is that has found all this stuff. And like I said, that's a plot in itself. Is there's a kid named Joseph in it, and he kept all of his grandpa's belongings. Yeah. And he's got pages of the Necronomicon, it looks like, but it's not the actual book.
Yeah.
So,
and you find out the grandpa wasn't really well thought of
mhm.
by the main Joseph's mom. I don't know if it was like the everybody had an issue with him or if it was just her.
Yeah,
Um, but it really dove into the obsession that the grandfather had
right.
and the time that it took him away from his family. So you get that aspect of it, and you really see what all went into like the backstory part of where they are now.
So I don't think it's going to disappoint Evil Dead fans at all. I think if you're there straight for the gore, you're going to love this film. If you're going for the campy, ashy style, then you'll be disappointed. But I do feel like I said it's got enough humor in it, which if you really look at a lot of the films, you can almost consider them horror comedy.
You really can, and the comedy aspect of it comes from the Deadites more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, true.
I mean, and it really does. I mean, ever since the originals Evil Dead 2,
Mm-hmm.
the Deadites were the big comedy aspect of all the
Yeah.
movies. Minus Ash, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you don't get the Ash Williams slapstick of it.
Yeah.
You do get nods.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
You guys have no idea how hard it is not to throw these spoilers out there. It's terrible. That's why I hate no spoiler reviews.
It is. It's hard. So let's go ahead and get into the ranking.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I did enjoy the film. Like I said, it is my least favorite of all of the other films, but it's still enjoyable to watch, and it's still one that I'm definitely going to add to the collection. But as far as giving it a grade, I'm going to give this one a solid B.
Get out of my head. I mean, because it's really it's definite thumbs up. Even though it didn't feel at some points like an Evil Dead movie, you still got the vibe from it. You could tell it belonged in the universe, without question. So yeah, it's definite thumbs up. If you're a collector, add it to your collection, and I also will give it a good B. So, Rise is still right underneath Army of Darkness, of course.
So that is our review of Evil Dead Burn. Yes. Let us know what you guys and gals think. Hit that subscribe button.
The button down below.
Yes. And as always, remember, we review the movies.
So you really don't have to.